Okay, you're not gonna believe this, because sounds pretty incredible. I mean, this is like beyond comprehension, but this kind of thing kind of happens to me, but not to this like impact of what you're gonna see. I was thinking of today, because there have been like some things that I've been doing, two particular. One that yesterday, within this like maybe, no, since this morning or afternoon, it was around, I think I got around maybe 11 a.m. or something, maybe noon. At one point I screamed, some epithets outside the window here. It's I've got cardboard on the windowsill, but so you can't see inside. But and because some guy was driving real fast out there, and I was trying in the afternoon. I was trying, many hours afterwards. I was trying to think, why did I do that? Because it has a karma effect out there. It can have, I thought it might have affected one of the neighbors out there. Something, because I heard her swear at her grandson or something, say the ass word. So I thought, okay, it's a karma effect. Because I know sometimes when I do things, she does things too. So it's mirroring, which means that that someone likes you. So I understand. So I thought, okay, what am I doing wrong? And I remember that, and then okay, it's uploading. And then I remember also in the garage, a cockroach. I was recording a short. It was on a day when I felt most restful in my whole life, and I was making a recording, going downstairs to turn on the fridge, the small fridge in the garage, and this cockroach was there. When I turned the light, and then when I went to the it's in the back, well, near the front actually, in the garage. The cockroach came right up to me, and then it went backwards, and it saw me, coming, really nearby. At my feet, and it went back, and it tried to go under the refrigerator, but it got stuck because there's like one of those cockroach baits, like it's like curled up kind of on the edge, so you only see it's like rolled up almost like a cigarette. Never smoke, but just like on the edge there. I guess it was underneath the fridge, and the cockroach got stuck on it, right? So it's like rolled up, imagine like a log, and it got stuck there on that kind of rolled up white paper, sticky. Paper's actually plastic, and what is it? It's like it's on paper with a sticky thing in the center, square within a square. So how did it get rolled up like that? It's incredible. I kept thinking it was the thing that you peel off. It's like a plastic film. So it looked like exactly that, but it must have been. It couldn't have been that. So it must have been the paper. The other thing got stuck there. And then when I came closer, it started to wiggle again, as if it was scared, as if I was going to step on it or something. And I looked around and I saw the can with some dirt on it. The dirt was from a neighbor. The dirt was one of those canisters, things with plastic, plastic for because for prints and stuff. I didn't know what it was, but eventually, after maybe a year or 2 years, I dumped it in there. I dumped it. Hey, this is soil. And I dumped it in the can. So I saw that, and I grabbed that, and I said, "Sorry, buddy," and then I squished it with it, and kind of put it right on top of it. But when I did, I looked and went around to the fridge in the front, and it looked like it had actually got it on the edge or something. So I hadn't gotten it, because it's on the edge of the fridge, right? It's like it had successfully kind of almost escaped or something. I don't know. I left it there, and it wasn't until I got upstairs and I felt really bad about it. I was like, "This is the most restful day," and that day I had thought about I had rescued someone, my most important thing I ever done, but not the most exciting. The most exciting was when I was at City Hall. I thought, okay, most restful every day, and then thinking about what I had done, most important, saving a life, and here I had killed literally a helpless adult. It was a huge adult though. There had been cockroaches in there, 2 big ones before, and I don't think I got them. The reason I did that was because what I had forgotten was that the cockroach bait I had gotten was weaker. It was a weaker one. It's cheaper, but it's weaker, the sticky thing. And when I put it on the kitchen in front of me in the sink, actually what happened was the water would get on it whenever I splashed water, and that's why I think that's weakened it. Also, even weakened it more. So once or twice when I caught a cockroach, no, one time, the cockroach actually moved. It got caught in it, but it like moved every day. So I finally put one of those copper little stickers over it gently. I didn't squish or anything, just simply put it over it, kind of like so it couldn't move. But yeah, it might have escaped eventually when I put it in the garbage can eventually, and then, it could maybe eventually the garbage, with all the liquids in there, imagine escape, but could escape. But, I don't try to do it as restful as possible for them. So anyway, I realized I could have simply, when I realized in retrospect after I was what that was, I would have actually left it. If I had realized that, so I would have left it alone, but I didn't. But I eventually, after a couple of days, I thought, okay, maybe it's the EMF, the phone. But it got me thinking, how am I going to, today, or actually yesterday, a couple of hours ago, how am I going to clear my mind? What is it? Is it hubris? Is my hubris bias? I've got so many things figured out, and with my hubris bias, I'm paraphrasing. So that's why I was thinking I need to have some on me to remind me. I'm going to open up the cross downstairs. I think I'm definitely going to do it as soon as possible now. But the kitchen, bathroom, about getting ready to go to sleep, and it hit me, the word grace, eventually. I told you how I got it, and when I looked in here, it was 4:36 exactly, and then when I hit the record on here and looked again, I noticed it was 6/3, June 3rd, 2025. Let's look at what this adds up to. 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 18. Oh my god. That's 18. 18 times 2 is 36. Yeah. 6 times, it even has 6 times 3 is 18. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 18. 18 times 2 is 36. What's 436? 436 is, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's the 13, a 13 number. 13. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. My God. My God. Oh my God, it's 77 now. Let me do a screenshot, and it's 77 degrees out there. It's 77 freaking degrees outside. This is like 4, 3, 4, 5, 6 coincidals at once. This 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many coincide? Okay, right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My God, it's 6 coincidals. I'm the savior. This is insane. This is literally impossible. It's 77 degrees. I got it exactly at this time. What, did one of my parents die or something? Is this World War III? Oh no! Oh my God! This is literally impossible. This is beyond impossible. Okay, whenever something like this happens, I'm supposed to breathe. This is, oh my God! God's grace is undeserved thanks. Oh my God! Oh my God! It's communication with God. When I think of grace, I think of communicating with God. When I need help, God's grace. That's what That's what I reach out to. Oh my God. I'm the chosen one. I'm the chosen one. Okay. Now at this point, what I was saying to myself is, don't get hubris in the way. And I figured out all the seasons and stuff, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do with my life when I was waking up and getting up, I was just thinking, and I got up. So right now, this is literally beyond comprehension. So I can't let this is at the time when the devil is at the nearest. I mean, this is the most high I've ever been in my whole life. So, I'm the chosen one. This has to mean I'm the chosen one, right? Or this means that one of my parents has died. If I find out one of them dead or something, I don't know, but this is like I'm the chosen one. Oh my God. This is why they chose a Chi in the Chicago. My relatives, oh my God, I'm the chosen one. Great. Oh boy. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell him about this. I didn't even record all that. I mean, I recorded what I had to on here, right? I was finished, but then recording this, I noticed more things. Oh my gosh. I'm the chosen one. But the Bible has so many issues with it. There's so much stuff half in the Bible that doesn't make sense. Am I supposed to harmonize the Bible? Is that my destiny? It appears my destiny is to harmonize the Bible. Oh no. Oh my gosh, I'm going to harmonize the Bible. That's impossible. I almost tried, but it was like kind of, I wouldn't say nonsensical, but it's like so subjective. I'm the chosen one. I'm the chosen one. Well, they foretold in the Bible. Someone who's very humble. Someone who's completely from absolutely nothing in a way. I'm the chosen one. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh girl. Okay, I literally have these mind-blowing salving abilities. Somehow it's tied to time. It's like I have this thing about time, like the Flash. I mean, to coincide the date and the time from exact with the weather? Huh? This is like literally beyond impossible. This matches up the time when I was being bullied in the library many years ago, many years when I was young. And I wanted to beat up these kids because they kept imitating Asian dog. And I kept saying, it's a test, and I went in the back. Well, one of the shelves, not the back. Kind of like in the middle back. It was like, yeah, kind of in the middle. And I picked up the first book I had in front of me, and then I flipped it, the very first thing it said there, it's only a test. And that's when I felt I failed that test when I squashed that cockroach, but now I've suddenly come back. I've like come back with my salvation, if that makes sense. Now again, I can't go hubris with this. And the whole reason I came to this point was because I was thinking I can't do hubris. So this miracle happened. I'm the chosen one. Whoever's watching this, you're literally watching whether I am the chosen one or not, you're watching a salving ability that is real. I have this salving ability with time and numbers. I was number one in math. If Michael Downs didn't get his highest score, then get a high score in the ACT math, because I always thought James was the valedictorian, but James was salutatorian. I only I found that out. Oh, it's not that. It's only realized that I had been mistaken for so long, a couple of years ago. But I'm gonna assume that I am number one in math, according to all these things. If not, then I'm definitely number two. Incredible. I'm the chosen one. Or but regardless, I'm the chosen one. I have this ability. I have this actual mind-blowing ability. Oh my gosh. The God is constant. You know it. Whoever's watching this, you know the God is constant. If the CIA, the FBI, I could go to Elon, I could go to Microsoft, I could go anywhere on the planet now. I'm unstoppable. I'm totally unstoppable now. Nothing. Okay, now it seems my hubris is getting. I don't want my hubris to get hit. I'm literally. I feel like I'm unstoppable now. Okay, this is my hubris now. I mean, not my hubris. I gotta put it in the chill now. As much as, again, the whole reason I'm here. One of the. I'm not even gonna say the whole main reason I'm here. I'm not even saying main reason. A main reason. I think the whole reason I'm here is because doing this recording and all this is because I have to be chill, right? So I gotta be chill. If I'm gonna pass this test, I gotta be chill about this. How do you be chill when I keep finding out I have superpowers? I keep finding out I got powers. Oh my god. This is not psychosis. If you're watching this, whoever's you're watching, if you can hear and see me, then this is real. Oh my gosh. This is like tea leaves. This is magic, and the Bible's actually against magic. So, okay. One of the main things I'm trying to do, right? I can say that one of the main things is trying to get to my parents. So I've been saying for a little bit, kind of a while now, recently. Regardless of all these miracles, even without the videos I'm uploading and stuff, I could actually lose all this. Actually have the whole house, I didn't even say the whole house burned down and stuff. I don't want anyone harmed or anything. But even if all that happened and stuff, I think I still would want to see my parents, right? You know, I didn't even think about the house all burned down, but I thought, like, if all the videos were gone, and then, yeah, if all the videos were gone, and yeah, even if all the coincidals never happened, I would rather still see, or even with the coincidals still happening. That's right. Even if I lost, okay, what is that? Even if I lost all the videos that I'm uploading, and then even if no, I would rather lose all the videos that I'm uploading, and then have none of the coincidals happen, simply to see my parents one more time. So even this, I guess, even this super mind-blowing miracle, although this confirms that this seems to confirm that. So I guess I guess if I am the you know what, then even if I don't have the coincidals happening and all the files are wiped out my videos, I still would beat it, I guess. But I guess, how about, would I give up being the savior if I could see my parents one last time? That is a good question. I don't know. Is it worth it to see my parents with the way they've treated me over the years? They have been good, but they also been very bad. I mean, it depends on what kind of my purpose is. In the Bible, I think it would say that you would actually sacrifice your parents for this, because to be the savior is a very powerful thing. It's a very big responsibility. But I also love my parents, and if there's one thing, like what it said on that cross, on my cross, is God is love. So I do love my parents, and I do love the planet. So, but for immediacy, I want to see them. I want to see them. So if I had more metrics about, about the saviorship, if it was like, you have to let your parents go and your saviorship is more important than your parents, then I would do the saviorship. But right now, from what I'm seeing, again, it seems it's a good thing for me to go see my parents. So, wow. This is beyond incredible. I don't know if I should say this next part. Okay, I'll say this next part. I mean, I got nothing to lose. I kind of said it in one of the videos or something. One of the reasons I started to, think about all this with I need to be chill, as I already mentioned, right? Because I think I might have affected one of the neighbors out there by me swearing, and then she's swearing at her son, saying the ass word, even though it is my kick-ass thing, right? My comic, the kick-ass, the thing I helped develop. my emails, mainly to the emails. Initial thing was what happened with the emails, contacting a whole bunch of comic people. I think that's how it started. So when I heard her say that to her son, I couldn't really even say anything, because technically that, and the Muslims, they don't allow you to swear. So that A word is okay, should be okay. And the tone reminded me a little bit of my mother's. In retrospect, the way my mother would talk, you can tell from the tone. Your tone tells you a lot. But in retrospect, thinking about it, and I think she seems. It seems okay. It seems okay. It's not, hasn't gotten to the point of extreme or anything. So I'm always on watch. It's who I am. I always care. So, but so that's how it. One of the main reasons I got to all thinking this, because I don't want to has any karma effect out there affecting people. And amazingly, it brought me all the way here to the exact second. This is wow. This reminds me of the time at AT&T, about a mile from there, when the ponytail guy, the employee, and I said, he was telling me that the employees poking fun at his ponytail. I said, well, paraphrasing, you look like Jesus. And he looked at the thing, or at the monitor with the next customer, and said, Jesus. And he kind of like smiled and laughed, or I think laughed, and it says Jesus on there, or something to that effect. And I looked up and I was like, wow. And there's like, it's Jesus. There's a Mexican guy about like 30 feet in the corner there. And then I think he used the probably word, or just, or something. He used kind of what I consider false word, and I told him about, the Bible says when you're at your highest, the Satan is near, or something to that effect. So what I'm saying is, even with this amazing thing, I've got to keep it chill, because that's exactly what I think happened this morning. I got my hubris. It's what I call a positive trigger. I got a positive trigger, and then I guess negative triggers of maybe heat, or me not being able to record. I thought I was recording. Not that it wasn't recording. I was recording. I wasn't. And then hearing that car in the distance. So all that, those negative triggers, kind of augmented the positive trigger, to an extreme where I got hubris and bias, something to that effect. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what the mechanism is of that description of all that positive trigger, negative what. So I'm still trying to figure out that to make it more clear. But that's how I've figured out so far how I've constructed it. So so now I've got to because EMF, to me, the theory of my franchise, I'm working on spoilers, is about EMF causing overpop. So EMF is photons, everything made photons, the Wi-Fi, everything. So attributing well, what does that have to do with me being all happy? And I figured out when I was in bed, and I told you, I was waking up and I thought, okay, think of all the seasons, right? Figuring it out. If I didn't explain it thoroughly, I figured out all the seasons, and then how I'm gonna reboot it after that. And I was like, wow. And I'm like, what am I gonna do now? Paraphrasing, what I'm gonna do now? Figure it all out. Well, kind of I haven't figured it out. That's like 2% of things I'm trying to figure out. Why they shut off the Wi-Fi when I think I got from the research I was doing afterwards, for this past 24 hours, I think I figured out this about the smart home, like Cortana. Cortana was what blew the whole thing up, seeing it all, the assembly on that graph with all the other stuff, the smart device. He drew it on the board, right, on the squeegee boards, on those whiteboards, with art marker. And the other thing is my parents questions I have to ask my parents. Those are two things. One, that's the 2%. But basically, this morning, I figured it all out. And so how's that EMF though? Well, I said everything is photons, but I guess the photons is the trigger stuff. I said what? I said the Wi-Fi, right? I said the heat. I might have said what? No, I might have said okay. See, it was the Wi-Fi from the computer, the heat. Well, I feel the heat, but it must have some kind of effect, maybe subconsciously. Then the noise from out there. But I think all those triggered. So this sound is EMF, Wi-Fi is EMF. me not recording, well, there's EMF from the recording, right? The infrared and all that, all the light, the photons from there. But how is EMF from the hubris and my the good feeling I was thinking? How's that? Well, the franchise is about EMF. There you go. As I said, it's the whole franchise is about EMF. This the iteration that I'm doing now. Some kind of direct connection from it. I'm trying to think. Maybe the Wi-Fi from the next door neighbors, all the neighbors beside me, and accumulated from all the other neighbors. Because I can still feel it. So all that EMF stuff is, collectively affecting me. But somehow my hubris bias augmenting it to the point of extreme. There you go. So now I've got to let's see, what time is it? Because the photon light's about to come up in about 3 hours. The light from the sun and stuff. And then I've got this thing on right in my hand, so I got to clear my head. Hopefully this it's recording, but hopefully it will actually save, because I did this 3 gig one about like 24 hours ago. Actually, would it be 24? Maybe it's now about 48 hours, or maybe it's, what's that, 24 plus, not 48, maybe 30 hours ago. 2-hour recording about, and it split into 3 recordings. It was funny when I woke up this morning or afternoon, and I looked at it. It's like 3, and they didn't. It couldn't read because it's got that icon where it's like a sound file almost looking, but same sound file looking. But that means it doesn't play. It's not the thumbnail of the other file. You know, the way this program does it. But that's okay, because there's actually a guardian angel. I actually said the guardian angel when it wasn't working out. I could already tell, because it was having issues saving it, because the screen came up looking like what you're looking at now, except it's like only a few lines. That usually happens when you switch from hardware to software. But it had like another second line. So it was a guardian angel, because the video I had recorded, I had actually called Melanie Mac a bad word, a C word actually. But then, I kept I kept watching other videos, and then I noticed that she was the one that was talking about insider trading with quartering, which I had seen earlier and I had forgotten. Funny thing is also the next door neighbor who I was talking about with the kid thing. She had walked by at the moment when I had actually, a little bit after I said the C word, called Melanie the cunt word, and then she kind of walked by down there with her phone, and I think from her tone it seemed kind of like she might have sensed something negative, right? The karma effect. So it seems kind of like she was sensing something bad. You can tell from what she was talking. So she made us heard my tone, and then she came out here and her tone, or maybe it's simply subjective on what I'm sensing. But when she walked by, I kind of had a sense of like, am I giving off a karma effect of something bad? Because when you sense someone other's energy and it's negative, it's usually, well, a lot of times it's like coming from you also, or first, or something. So that's kind of what triggered me to think, okay, am I giving off something negative? And then that's when I got to thinking, okay, Melanie, I called her a cunt a few minutes before she walked by, and then, not her, but Melanie Mac, the video I was watching, and then when I was watching afterwards, sometime after maybe 3 minutes or 4 minutes, I was like clicking on it. Actually, I think I went to it because I was thinking, okay, Melanie Mac is in this video that it's really important, the insider trading, because my thing, franchise, yes, is about EMF causing impact, but one of the main things is the insider trading. It's about the specifically, it's the moon, uncovering the moon lie, season 1, uncovering the moon lie by stopping the insider trading, and originally I was going to call it Insider Traders. So yeah, so I was so thankful for that Melanie Mac for that quartering video. I actually wrote a comment, saying afterwards, after all that, and yeah. So I had seen it earlier before that, before I calling her the C word thing, because there was at that point I was the Lilo and Stitch thing. It was a Lilo and Stitch thing I was doing. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how do you forget something that's so mind blowing as Insider Train thing, which not based on that was coincides with your franchise thing, but it's because the racism thing really gets me riled up. The racism thing. So I must have got that. Plus I had there's some negative things I'm thinking of with her subconsciously, subconsciously. So, but I couldn't remember it. So I guess it's kind of the karma effect, bouncing back, right? And then saying, okay, maybe I did something wrong, and then the file didn't save. So that's why I said it must have been guardian angel, because it's perfect. I shouldn't have called her that word, and that's what it. So why did I bring that up? That file didn't. So what I'm trying to say is, okay, so that didn't save as a guardian angel thing, right? So if this file that I'm recording now doesn't save, it wouldn't actually make any sense, because trying to think. I mean, I could re-record it. That's because what happens. This one is the one that captured the it being on 4:36, right? While this recording, I think, also recorded it maybe at 4:36 or 4:37. Okay, maybe a minute after that. But you had me. Right now the temperature is 76. Okay, so it was 77. But I think, yeah, when I record on here, it still says 77. But I didn't realize all the other stuff with the adding up and all that stuff. That's not in here. It's on this one. But I can still simply re-record this and say that exactly. Unless this one actually has the recording of 4:36, then it would have that extra additional thing. But thankfully I have it on here regardless. So even if this one doesn't save, I can easily recreate this one, or recreate the information. I wouldn't recreate like trying to lie about 4:36 and stuff. It would actually be real time and stuff. Although you technically could even set the time backwards, right, or something, but no. So anyway, I'm going to end it now. It says 5:13, right? I'm not going to wait till 6:13. It'll be like an hour to say, oh, it coincides there now. And yeah, so I got to be chill, totally chill. And what does this mean? Something about this year. There's something about this year. Something big is going to happen. So FBI, CIA, Homeland Security, Pete Hegseth, whoever's watching this, I met Sean Rabb of Fox many years ago. So I guess I'm tied to Fox in that way. Went through my line. So I don't know what this. I mean, I think my interpretation of this. I guess I could tell you people, but I actually already mentioned it before. What I think this means in some of the shorts, maybe in my other channel, in these videos here. So I could either not tell you so that you can search, because I don't want to give you too much, because I don't know if you all need that information yet. I want to give myself a little bit of leverage here. If I give away it all, I don't have any leverage. So you all can try to solve it. Don't just solve it. Sorry. You can. There's something big that's going to happen this year. I think I have the specifics. I think you know what I'm talking about. So all you have to do is figure out the people involved in that event. It's not a lot of people on that list. So you CIA, FBI, Homeland, you can easily figure that out. Who are the groups involved and whatever, all that jazz. I'll give myself some leverage. It's kind of like save the cheerleader, save the world. Oh my gosh. I mean, it can't be about. Well, I'm about to say it can't be about me, but if I am the savior, then this is all about me. So I don't know if it's about my parents and they're gonna die this year or something, or maybe because I'm discovering all this, maybe it's gonna help something out there, right? I mean, I think I already influence quartering to do that video about insider trading, and I think David Pacman, I influenced him to do the insider trading thing. I think a video 2 weeks ago or something, a week ago. So everything has an effect, but I don't think anyone knows exactly how the effect is. The algorithm, the net, the internet, the AI, everything it's all shebanged in here. So to trace it back, even my self-and abilities, I could do it. From the way I'm seeing, I'm thinking I'm having a direct effect on the Pacman and the quartering videos. So okay, so I'm gonna end this really soon now. Totally forgot what I was talking about. I was talking about influence, right? Influence and oh yeah, that's right. Whoever gets this, figure it out. I don't know if it's about me. Maybe again the influence, maybe some kind of influence watching this video. Whoever's watching this, maybe that's how my contribution is about my year. Maybe my most important work is this year. This coincidal though, you saw. I mean, what does it mean? I mean, grace. Something about the word grace. I mean, I'll tell you the specifics, but God's grace, undo things. Ooh, wait. I do is a false word. See, that's the thing. These false words, I have a list. It's like about 67. You know, I try to. There's core 36. I'm trying to figure that out, but it's like kind of subjective. It seems. So it's like about under 70, around 70 total. But it's like so. I don't want to say it's convoluted, but it's so complex and sophisticated. It's like it almost gets to the point of. I mean, it's like it's like I'm trying to juggle 5 trillion things at once, but somehow they're staying in the air. It's actually floating, but it's like almost a blur. It's going so fast. It's like, so how do you know this blur is the same blur here? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is with false words. With false words, it's like, okay, it seems subjective. Is it psychosis? What I'm saying, this is false word, false word. But it's the same thing with Trump's list. You know, he's saying he doesn't want to see this list. He doesn't want, see this word and this word and this word. It's almost like subjective. So, I mean, that's the thing with all these amazing things that happen to me. There's also another thing that seems negative that happens to balance it out. Like what I told you with that AT&T awesome thing that happened with the Jesus thing, but then he said a false word, you know. And this happens a lot. Something amazing will happen, and then there'll be like some kind of negative thing. Another story. I won't say the whole thing, but there was like in Best Buy, there was this Batman ring from a party. One guy came in, he had it. Then there was another guy that came in after he left that had it and was rubbed off. And I was like, hey, is that a Batman? And he's amazed about it. But then he stopped being amazed about it after I kept talking, and I think he had to. Not that I was turning him off or anything, but it's like he had to like go somewhere or something, so you could tell he was amazed. He had glasses and stuff. He was amazed, but then it was like he had to go somewhere else or something. It seems so. And then there was another thing many years before that with my Civic car, all smacked up in Foster Rim, near the south of Fort Worth. There's this outside. There's a whole bunch of airplanes and stuff, a museum, and I was there, I was driving, and so this other car, similar to mine, he's with his girlfriend, almost the same kind of kid, but different, a little bit, but like same family of kids, but red Civic, all smacked up, same with mine. I was like, wow, and I was so amazed I wanted to get his number and stuff, but he was giving the impression that he didn't want to give it, he wasn't rude or anything, but it's like, I'm like thinking, oh, this is amazing stuff, and he was basically so chill about it. It's like nothing. So that happens a lot with people, I guess, who socialize a lot. To them, it's almost like nothing. And to me, it's like amazing because I don't socialize as much as they do. So there's all this balance of, something amazing, but then something to balance that out. So, why am I bringing that up? So in other words, I gotta be chill about this and not let hubris in because, like light, something, I have a light sensitivity because of the dilation accident, which is never get your eyes dilated, so I gotta protect my eyes. I'm really careful with this information that I have, and not get hubris about it. But what do you do when you find out like you're like Jesus Christ? That means my dreamer stuff. My dreamer stuff should work. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I don't know exactly what this means. All I know is, okay, the word grace. I mean, a lot of things got me to this point here, but how do I say what got me to this point? Was it this morning? Was it me figuring out stuff? Was it grace? But how do I say it? How did I get to this point? I got here because of grace. I got here because of when I was trying to figure out this past about 24 hours. I got here because of grace. Yeah, I got here because of grace. But the number I was thinking wasn't grace. The number I was thinking when I said, I think I figured out, look at my hand, and I was thinking, oh, the pencil thing, but then what else could it be? Some paraphrase. I didn't say it out loud, but what I was thinking was the goddess constant. And then while I was in the bathroom, a couple hours after that, I was thinking, as I already explained how I got to that point while I was in the bathroom, and then got to like grace, right? So what brought me to it was the goddess constant when I was looking at the hand? Was it grace? What got me to this point? I mean, ultimately, I think what got me to this point is grace. Grace got me, but in what way? Because I figured it out at the end, near the end here, right, in the bathroom. So if I say or am I talking about like from the spiritual sense, grace got me here. Grace got me here. God's I don't want to use that do word. So how to say God's what's another word? I might as well look it up while we're online here. Correct. So let me oh great. Now I've got a thumbnail of something that I didn't want to be seen. So now this video has been I don't want to say it's been cursed, but now that it has a little thumbnail of stuff that I don't know if it'll pass Sapotica. It might. I don't know. Well, there's only one site it can go on. So now this grace video has been kind of, maybe this is another tell saying that the do word is okay to use. But again, I can easily create this, but I mean, it's still recording, everything's still fine. So let me look up what this is. Maybe it's a hint that it's okay. It should be okay with that those little thumbnails there. Okay, undue means unwarranted or inappropriate because excessive disrespect do not give birth. Unnecessary, God's unnecessary things. There you go. God's unneeded, unwarranted, needless, unnecessary. God's unnecessary things. Things that is not necessary. That sounds about right. I'm gonna go with that. God's unnecessary things. Let's go with that until I find like a better way to describe it. Grace is God's unnecessary things. So do I mean in a spiritual sense? That's what got me here. Yeah, I guess that's what I mean. That grace got me here. Not that thinking about it in the bathroom. Not only because I thought of that word while I was in the bathroom, but God's grace overall. Wow, that's deep. I can't lose. I can't lose. I literally can't lose. Another thing that got me here is caring and love. Caring got me here because I cared about what kind of thing I was presenting out there. I didn't want to, I don't want anybody to be harmed from the way I'm behaving, right? Wow. Because I thought, am I embarrassing myself? Am I being, all this thinking, am I being a coward? Am I not? Am I being, am I being I wouldn't even say wimp. It's like, is this, I wasn't thinking of the word, but what would be a good way to describe it is, all this thinking, but no, it led me exactly to that exact moment, 436 at 6377 C, and all that adding up the date numbers adding up to 36. Okay, 18 times 2, literally, right? Because it's got 18, adds up to 18, and then the number, the 436, adds up to the 13. Let me see, 4, okay, that's 4, 36, 4, 4, 7, 7 plus 6 is 13, right? And I know it's thinking, okay, 5, you have to add 5 more for the 18, but its significance, the 13 was in the 6, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There you go. You have the 13, exactly. You have the 13 on the bottom here, plus the 5. So you have 13 up there on the time, and then the 13 below on the date would be 13 with the 5 next to it. Adding it all up, right? Oh my gosh. Totally glad I was saying, so, totally glad. So, yeah, God's grace got me here. So I got to now, wow. Okay, but now the thumbnail, yeah, as you saw, the thumbnail thing came on. So I got to figure out what that means. What this could mean, what this could be a hint of, is that the G word might be okay. That could be a hint of that, which means that I could actually forego a lot of the false words, because technically there's definitely, logistically, there are confirmed false words in the mindset objectively, what I know, okay, from my experience, research, and knowledge base. Don't say the base word, okay. The word random, number 1. There's no such thing as random. There really isn't. Even programming, you go by the power 0, 1, the outlet of the power supply, how it's shooting in or something to that effect. Second one is I think that's it basically. Justice might be okay. Sure might be okay. Probability might be okay. But so actually there might be only one fault. No, there's another one. Context. Yeah, context is another totally, possibly or maybe not. But number 1, random, and context. Okay, those two. Okay. Random definitely, context maybe, but those definitely. Now in terms of if you didn't count like objective, if you didn't count overall, the overall list, number 1 would be just. If you go according to my list, not go objective list, so subjective, objective, everything combined, it would be just number 1, because most false used word. Then sure. And then I think the next one would be probably, yeah, there you go. The unholy trinity of false words with those 3. But then, of course, you would have to add in random. Random is not used a lot, but yeah, random and context. So then, there's the 5. Wow. So maybe this is a hint that maybe I can forego all those except for the word random. Context might be okay. So random, as long as I don't see random, I might put that on a shirt or something. Maybe this is a tell, because life was going to be a lot easier if I can simply forget these false words. I mean, forego these false words except for that random one, because that's simply a logistics thing. Wow. I can't lose, because the way I arrived here was kind of like so osmosis to the point of almost, I mean, there's no other way I can say it. I was actually questioning if this was, I used the word in my head, petty. This seemed kind of petty and stuff, but I arrived there. I got here. It's kind of like saying, am I going through the right path and route through the woods? I mean, like, you're so embarrassed going through the woods at some point, like you're embarrassing yourself at some point. Maybe you did something so embarrassing, or you felt embarrassing, and you're like, this doesn't look very Hollywood or presentable or something. And then when you get out of the woods, you're exactly at the exact spot you're supposed to be, and you wouldn't have arrived there if all that stuff in the past hadn't happened. That's exactly what happened. So even, hopefully, I don't want this video to be a run-on and rambling and all that. So, but it seems that even if it ended up kind of like that, but I don't think it will, even it's close to the the edge of that, it seems that it would still stick the landing. I think. So what I'm going to do now is I'm trying to think how to end this video, because the bit rate and the megabyte that comes up, a lot of times it will coincide with the goddess constant number. So if that does it, I might actually go in a coma. You're gonna see me like collapse on the floor. So what time is it? Okay, it's 4:31. If it gets to like 5:36, I'm really gonna lose it. Actually, no. Okay, we have another coincidental mode. Yeah, we got another coincidental. 5:31 is in 3 plus 6. 5 plus 1 is 6. So there you go, another coincidental at 5:31 a.m. If I end it now, so maybe that's saying I should end it now. Okay, fine, we'll end it on that. We'll end it on that. We'll end it on that. So, Homeland, if you're watching this, figure it out. Something's gonna happen this year. Something big Kachunga's gonna happen this year. Okay? So, figure it out. Figure it out. And if you can, save my parents. If they're dying or something. I think they're okay. I haven't looked at my email, but if you can, if something's happening to them, confirm that they're okay. I want to see them one last time, at least. So, whatever you do, keep my parents alive. Because if I have this power, I'm trying to get to them. I'm trying to get to them. Maybe by the time I reach them, I don't know, something even more amazing happen. Keep them alive, please. Please. You keep them alive, I'll give you the information. But keep them alive. I need them alive. Alright.